Well, you have all of this eclecticism in your production and also obviously in your DJing. And I'm kind of fascinated to know where it all comes from. I mean, what are your influences?
I was going to show you some records, if that's
yeah,
okay.
I noticed a little pile there.
Yeah, basically the first thing I want to show you is this is Big Youth Natty Cultural Dread, and this was an album that my father used to put on when me and my friends we basically me and my friends would kind of sort of get a little bit mellow, when we were teenagers.
Right.
My dad used to kind of put this on sometimes as a kind of like, I know you're stoned, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, and it's proper. Like, what I love about this album is it's absolutely deep as hell. He's chanting scripture on it. It's like literally kind of proper Rasta, kind of, you can imagine with his eyes closed, just kind of like reciting kind of like scripture, Rasta doctrine, and I was like, sort of 14-year-old white kid smoking soap bar, kind of going, like feeling like I was kind of, I could relate to the kind of rebellion, the at odds with society. I mean, Rasta music's all about basically being against the system and, Babylon and And, I guess in a way, that was how me and my friends felt in a small way, because basically we were living in an environment that was, wasn't very suitable for us. Suitable environment for us would have been some kind of, I don't know, like, Fela Kuti's kind of like, kind of harem with loads of instruments there, and you could just get, mangled and just play all day. And, we were having to go and do things like, go on school trips and do like public speaking competitions and stuff like that, which I look back at my school days and I just think, Jesus, how could they make me do these things, like play drums in Scottish traditional music, Anyway, so...
Anywho.
Okay, well, I want to show you this. This is Theo Parrish,
Sound Signature.
First Floor Metaphor, came out in 1998. And basically, my friend Fraser Saunderson in Edinburgh, who basically is, one of the biggest influences musically for me, because he was always 4 or 5 years ahead of me. He was playing me stuff like this when I was into hip-hop.
Yeah.
And I immediately heard this kind of, massive sample-based, smoky kind of, raw funk, and there's another part to this. There's a black one, and it's got a track called "Walking in the Sky" in it.
Yeah,
and he's just kind of going "Walking in the Sky," and I just I'd never heard music that was so stoned. So it reminded me of Parliament Funkadelic on the tracks like "We Are Back in Our Mind" by Funkadelic, where they're just talking about basically somehow retaining their sanity after 5 days of partying. We are back in our mind. I love music that makes you feel like you're wasted when you hear it, and you don't have to be on anything, And for me, Theo Parrish just immediately the discordantness, the low bit rate, everything about it. It's just and this record has massively influenced me. And I'd only ever played the first track, First Floor Metaphor. I've never dared to play the other tracks out because they're just too wrong. But that's for people like Theo to play those tracks.
Excellent. I can definitely hear Theo Parrish and what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I mean, at the end of the day, these are my people that I look up to musically, and if it drives me to make music of a standard in a similar vein to them, I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. It's like, think of all the art that's inspired other artists.
Yeah, for sure. It's inevitable. Absolutely inevitable.
It's respect, ultimately. Yeah. I'm not trying to, And then the other record I want to show you is just as a complete different vibe. Again, Fraser Saunderson provided me with the input on this. This is the Fire Engines, who are a kind of like post-punk kind of new wave band from Edinburgh. The lead singer was called Davey Henderson, and I just love the whole vibe. It's kind of, I don't know,
sweet.
Yeah, and this is absolute kind of like, very Captain Beefheart-esque. The drums are very idiosyncratic, syncopated. It's proper sort of like, it reminds me of like Gregory's Girl, or it's that kind of proper 80s kind of like not getting the girl in school disco, kind of puking on your shoes kind of vibe about it. I love that. And it's Scottish. It's from Scotland, which is where I'm from, and I can really hear the kind of teen kind of feeling in there and stuff. And this is Fraser Saunderson got me massively into punk funk, post-punk new wave, all that kind of stuff, krautrock as well. I've got this here, Cluster Zuckerzeit, again. And for me, making quite kind of you know, defined forms of dance music, like, you know, house, hip hop, but this stuff is the fuel.
Listen, you were in Paris this morning, I believe.
Yeah.
What were you doing in Paris?
Okay, well, last year this guy called Sammy Ismo came over to play at a My House Your House event. My House Your House is the radio station that my show is broadcasted on. My podcast is available from www.redrackham.com.
Oh, yeah.
Ching! And, but basically, Sammy, we went to, can I say this? We went to Willerton Park with a friend who was picking magic mushrooms. We weren't picking them. And we were sort of talking, you know, and scouring the ground to help him. And basically, you know, I met this guy for about 4 hours. And then from then on, we just linked because I knew he was serious about his house. He's on a label called Balance, which is run by Shay Damier, and he's very much in the house scene. So people like Mike Huckabee, Keith Worthy, you know, he's a disciple of Detroit. He's a disciple, you know, and I don't feel like I know about this stuff, you know. So I really want to kind of work with people like that because it might actually kind of make my house, honestly I want it to be more housey, but it'll give it a different feeling. So we were on Facebook, and he just said, well, you know, why don't you come over and make some tunes? Yeah, and we were making tunes, and then I got back this morning, and then tonight I'm doing the Smugglers in Breakfast Club, which is 2 a.m. till 7 a.m.
Which is genius idea.
Fully licensed because my friend knows people.
It's not your first, is it?
No, I did the house party. I did this. My friend sold his house, and basically I got an amazing sound system, like ridiculous. Like we had Quested studio, £2,000 studio monitor tops, and 18-inch Celestion subwoofers, and MC Squared 1,000-watt club power amp.
And this is just an invite-only thing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
totally. It was like literally sort of 30, 40 people in a room. That it's literally like, you know, we literally locked the front door. You know, so I said my attitude with these kind of things is if you're meant to be there, you'll be there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be exclusive or anything, but I don't want to have a party where people kind of come along who are just going to sort of sit outside and smoke and talk shit all night. I want dancing. I want people, you know, bring your dancing shoes. So tonight, 2 a.m. till 7 a.m. Function One sound system, fully licensed. DJs like yourself playing. Alex Trasker from My House Your House. Special secret guest. I've got a surprise at the end of the night. I'm going to basically, you know.
You can say it now.
No, can I?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the night, basically, I'm going to cook everybody. I'm going to hand out, put on the bar, sausage and bacon rolls, basically with tomato ketchup and brown sauce. I'm not sure how hungry people are. But I just think, you know what? 7 in the morning, if you've been out on it all night, you know what I mean? You need a bit of sustenance. You need something to kind of help you limp home.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
So basically, that's and then next week I'm playing at Glastonbury. And that's pretty wild. I'm playing in the Igloo with The Revenge, I think, so we can meet for the first time. The Revenge is actually from Dunfermline in Fife as well, which is ironic. We were both actually from very close to each other.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he's basically, playing the Igloo on the Saturday night, and then on the Sunday I'm playing the Guardian Lounge, and I'm playing directly after Heartbreak, who are like my friends, Ali Renault and Sebastian.
Yeah.
And Ali Renault's on Dissident, so, you know, a little bit of a link there. But it's, me and Ali Renault met a year and a half ago at Bleep 43, I think it's called. We went to see Stingray and IF, and my memory of him is that he was like, he took us back to his flat and then passed out kind of semi-naked on his sofa. And then the next time we met was at Snowbombing when I was playing with Greg Wilson and Lindstrom, and he was over to perform. And it's amazing then that the next time we meet is at Glastonbury in the Guardian Lounge with the sponsors and, you know,
Yeah, so, it's a nice progression.
Yeah. So next time we meet, I'm hoping it's going to be like when we've both, I don't know, just got like, you know, millions of pounds, like, you know, money falling out of our pockets, just like, you know, just rubbing our faces and shit. You know, it's like, hopefully, yeah, it's cool. I love the way that there's certain people that you see, and then next time you see them, you've both done loads of stuff.
Yeah, you're both kind of taking the journey.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. On that note, Danny, thank you so much.
No problem.
For coming to Heads Down.
Thank you for talking to me.
Seriously, no, thanks for having me as well. And I'm so looking forward to
tonight. Tonight I can't wait. I can't
feeling
wait.
Nervous.
I've not slept for 4 days to prepare for this. You know.
All right, mate. Thanks a lot.